Hey guys, Wargaming Lobby here. Following up from the previous video, I'm gonna show you how to texture those bases that we made in the other video. If you haven't seen that, I will put a link down in the description. So here I have one of the bases that I made on the previous tutorial. I actually base coated that with some Vallejo primer. In this case I use surface primer, light ghost gray, which is one of my favorite primers. I just did this because I want to have like a grayish base, but you can go black, you can go white, you can go whatever you want. So you get the bases and you prime them. So this is the first step. After doing this, you gather some materials that you may have. Somebody uses kitty litter, somebody uses baking soda. Well, there are a lot of different fine materials looking like sand, but what I use, if I can open it, is this. This is lime that you can use in gardening. It's magnesium something, I don't remember. Lime is a mix of variable size particles. You can see you have like bigger particles and smaller particles, so works pretty good as a ground texture. So you want to stick this on the base using PVA glue or whatever glue you want. I use PVA because it's cheaper, it's easier. You grab your PVA glue with your brush and you stick it on the base like this. It's easy, you don't need to take care of anything. Just don't go on too thick so it takes less time to dry, but again, as I say, not rocket science. Really easy. Okay, you cover the whole base with this glue, and then the texturing itself is just as simple as grabbing the cap of your Tupperware, grabbing your base and sprinkling on your lime or whatever you use, kitty litter, clay, whatever you have. Just a light tap and you have a lovely texture on top of your base. We are not done. Just tap it a little bit. We are not done because this will fall off as soon as the glue dries, so we want to prevent that. So we get a little bit of the PVA glue that you have. You dilute it a little bit with some water to a pretty runny consistency. You can see here it's diluted. I hope you can see it. And you go on the other one. Don't need to wait for the bottom glue to dry. You just go on and dab it like this, slightly and gently on top, so that you create a second layer of glue, actually embedding all the texture in the glue like this. It doesn't matter if the texture moves around actually, because it's random, so you do whatever you want. When you're done covering the whole base, you just have to wait for it to dry. Takes some time because it's pretty runny, but you can do this in assembly line. So you have it. You put it on the side here and wait for it to dry. Of course, I made 4 bases, if you remember. So I already have one here where the glue is dry. You can see the lime is stuck on top of the base. You can probably tear it down if you rub strong enough, but it's pretty sturdy. So what you do now is move on to the color that you want as the base of your ground. In my case, I'm going to use these bases for my orcs, and I will show you actually one of my orcs. Here I have a flamer guy. You can see bases like this. So I want like a brownish gray, if you can see it. I want something like this. So we will be going after a slightly brown gray. To achieve that, I will grab some colors, which are blue gray pale for my base gray and chocolate brown, both from Vallejo, and I will just mix them slightly. As you can see, there's not like a huge difference. We will be washing this in the next step, so brown will be basically taken care of, you know, on the next level. Of course, I already have the step nailed down before. So what I do now, I just get a small plastic bottle cap, some airbrush flow improver, and some strong tone from Army Painter. So I will put 1 drop of the wash with 1 drop of the flow improver. Oh, I actually got 2, so I will just add another one. I want them mixed 1 to 1. You want to be consistent because this one will be the dominant color on your bases, so you don't want to change along different bases. So you mix the wash, take care that it's properly mixed, of course, and then you just go on top of the base. And there's nothing really complicated here, just go on top. And take care to cover everything, concentrate around the rocks, we may say, like the biggest particles, so that it looks like a bunch of rocks are, you know, crumbled together. Yeah, and here it is. Again, wait to dry. You can see how doing this as an assembly line can save you a lot of time, because when you're done with your last base, the first one will be dry. By the way, this is the dried one. So the last step we have to nail is, of course, dry brushing. And I use, as usually, a creamy white. I use this titanium buff light. I love this because it's creamy. It's creamy, so it's perfect for dry brushing. And it's not super chalky, so it's subtle. It's fine. I love it. So using artist acrylics for dry brushing is really economic and effective. Look for something like similar to this around you. You will be super happy with the result. So what I do is just simply dry brushing everything here. I want to pick up the rocks actually, but I also want to go on the bare ground, because this lime that I used is not necessarily a mix of big stuff. You also have like a really fine powder. I don't know if the camera catches that, but there are really fine particles around the base. This is the finished piece. So this is another super quick and super easy way to texture your bases. You can put your I don't know, broken stuff, grass, moss, rocks. You can actually add some rocks like we did in the previous video, like grabbing some broken tiles, adding them on top and washing them together. It's another option. You can do whatever you want. The important thing that you need to do is just remember to paint black, the rim of the base black, because it doesn't look really good like it is now. But that's the only thing. So if you have one single shot with all the 4 stages that I painted in a sequence. I hope you like it, and next time we will try to make a mold out of this kind of base. Silicone mold, so that we can replicate everything with resin. Stay tuned. See you guys. If you like this tutorial, please like and subscribe so I can keep making more. And don't forget to leave your comments and critiques in the comment section below so I can keep improving. Thank you for watching.